Hi everyone, today we are going to learn and make Netflix clone, and that is how I have designed the front end. And there are like something here, you can see that, and more reason to join, the text and the icon, and the frequent question which you are going to click, it will open, and we are completely using the hard code like React, not any plugin for that one. And maybe there is the front end. And one more thing which I have done here is like that one, the trending, like for example it is 1 2, it is completely dynamic, the top like videos which you are going to see. And one more thing, if you are going to see that in like responsive mode, it is also responsive. Like if I'm going to see in 12 Pro, you can check that one, it will just get everything like responsively. And maybe in iPad, if we are going to check that, yeah, see, it will completely just take their position here. And if we are going to see like in Surface Pro, and here you have like different screen resolution which you are going to see that one, and it is completely responsive. Okay, now how we are going to do that one, for example, I will come in desktop, and here we are going to make one new project for example desktop and React. Here is the React, and here I am going to make like Netflix folder, Netflix. Okay, and what we are going to do, we click on taskbar in right cmd, and it will open the command prompt, and then here we can make like mkdir, make directory, and maybe front or back end, we don't know for now, but let's code that, write code and dot. Okay, it will open for you like that is our code editor, and maybe you can change the color. I'm going to change that color. For example, it is in white. I'm going to close that, and we can change that the theme should be like in black color, whatever you want. But we have dark, like studio dark or modern default dark mode, whatever you want. For example, that is the dark mode which we have done. Okay, what we are going to do now, we have to come in the terminal. You can also open terminal from the view, and here is terminal, and here you can see that we have created the Netflix, and Netflix here we have the folder. And now I am going to write like npm, and for that, if you don't know, if it is your first time installing React, then you have to just install Node.js. Okay, Node.js, and here is the Node.js. You will come here and just download the package and install it, like just pressing the and following the like default option, and just install that one. That is not a problem. And next, for editor, you can use any editor, but I'm using VS Code. You can also download that one for free, and that is also like for Windows and for Mac, what platform you are using, just download that for that, for those platform. Okay, now next, what I am going to do, I will just come here in my Node.js, like we are here, and as you know that it is like completely free, and everything you are going to do that here, and I'm going to show you every step. Now first we are going to write npm, it is like installing the package, and node package module, if you are going to write that one. Okay, npm, and we are going to say create and create Vite @latest, and it will give you like complete information. create Vite, and project name we are going to say that front end, since we are in the parent of the Netflix, and we are going to make like front end and back end. But for the project name we have given that already Netflix, but we are going to design the front end. Okay, now the platform we are using React, and then TypeScript or JavaScript. For now I'm using JavaScript, and we have done nearly the initial step, but we have to follow that 3 step. Okay, now first we have to enter the front end. For example, let me clear that, see the front end, and then we have to npm install or I, and then it will install the package in the front end. You will see that that file will be visible for you here. Okay, now we also use Tailwind CSS for the styling our like website or maybe the application. Now if everything works fine, then you have to write npm run, npm div run, and once okay, it is saying unknown. Okay, I have to write, let me just clear, npm run div. Okay, not div run, run div. Then if it works, then you will see that the local like the local address here, and then when you are going to come here, and for example you are going to refresh that, let me see which local address I have given. Yeah, it is 74. Then we have to come in the browser, because in 73 I have already run that one, and we are going to write the 74. And here we have like Vite plus React, because we have installed Vite with the React, and you can see that the basic interface, but we are going to delete everything. Okay, here no problem. And for now I'm going to close the terminal, and here we will come in source, and we have like app JSX, and that is the complete like everything here. I'm going to delete everything from like the one. We are going to build everything from the basic. Okay, now for example, if I'm going to delete everything from here, then what we are going to see, we will see nothing in the React. Like if I'm going to refresh that one, see, you will see the blank like page. Okay, what else I'm going to do? I'm going to make initial like uh, coding here I'm going to do. All right, for that we will also write RFC. It is like RFCE. It is like React functional export component. If you are going to write that one, you will see that it will import everything, but we don't need that one. It is the basic structure, like you have created the function and written that function to create the component. Okay, now for it is simple like version. If you are going to do yourself, for that I have installed like let me just show you the extension, and we have like ES7 React Redux, and you have to install that one for every like shortcut code or snippet which you are going to use that one. Okay, and for that you have to install that package or that extension. Now let me close that. If I'm going to write the basic structure of the component, then I will write like constant. For example, if it is app, then we have to write app, and then I'm going to make an arrow function. Okay, don't worry about that. And then we are going to return, and we are going to write div. For example, here we are going to write h1. This is Netflix website, and we have to also export that one, and export default, and that is app. Okay, export default and app. Once you have done, then you will come in the browser, refresh that, you will see that this is Netflix website, because I have done. But the black background, you have to just remove the CSS into app.css, you are going to delete everything, Control A, delete, because we are going to make from the basic, and here we are going to delete everything as well. And now you can see you have done nearly you get like white background with black text. Okay, now one thing else, if you are going to see, it is like Vite plus React. We can also change that one in the index.html. You can see that it is index.html, and the title here you will get the title, and we are going to say Netflix clone website. Maybe you can change that to any name, but for now I'm going to write that Netflix clone website. Okay, now if we don't need to change anything here, but we are going to work on the like app. And for example, if I'm going to write a paragraph, this is paragraph, and you can see that this is paragraph is written here. Okay, now what I need when I have to open the Netflix website and netflix.com, and you can see that the basic structure is like that one. Okay, it is like that one, and I have tried like it is the clone. You can check that, and you can also see the Netflix project. Okay, the icon is here also. It is like the basic structure which I have cloned that one with the React, like this one. See, I tried something, but it is clone. Of course, you may see something like duplicate, or maybe like see the space between these, and the also the color may be different. You can see the color is different. We can adjust the color and everything else. That is not a problem or a big problem. See, ready to watch your email to create or restart your membership. See, everything is like I have completely tried to copy that one or made a clone. Okay, now what we are going to do, first we are going to make that the hero section or the top section. Okay, for that one we have to like make let me just come here, and once we are going to come here, we are going to delete everything from here, and I will make a fragment. Like if you are going to make an empty bracket, maybe closing tag and opening tag, then it is like we call that fragment, uh, because if you don't have any fragment or any div, you cannot make 2 div. For example, here I will write div box1, and if I'm going to make second div, for example div, and it is like, see, we already get the error. But if I have fragment, for example, it is fragment, then now I can already add, for example, box1, and we have div, and that is like it is box2. Okay, now there is no error because we are saying that it is one component, and in the single component we are just adding different other div element as well here. And that is the basic like concept of the React. You are in the component, or yeah, in the component you are going to make one single div, and in div you are going to add many child div on that one. Now what I'm going to do, for example, if I need like I will make here a component. Okay, folder, we are going to say component folder, because we are going to add all component here. And in component I will say that nav or navbar, nav.jsx. JSX is the default React extension. Okay, we are going to click that one, and now once I have done that, then I'm going to just say that okay, one more thing, you have to capitalize the word like when you are going to make component. Okay, and then arrow function I'm going to make, otherwise you are going to simply make simple function as well. that is not a problem. But I'm going to make a fragment here, maybe here fragment, and then we are going to write like portion or section maybe, to check that if it is working, and export default and nav. Okay, that is how we have done structured our component. Now we have to also, since we have exported that, now I'm going to import that here. How I'm going to import that one? Just add that and just call it, yeah, you can see on the top it is automatically just importing like nav from the component, that is the component, and from that component you have like nav.jsx. okay, now you have to close that take. Once you have done that one, you can see in the website, for example, if I'm going to come nav section, I have written that next nav section here in the nav area. Okay, that therefore we are going to just make every component or every part of the website, and we are going to create one new like one new section or one new component. Okay, for example, for all of these one, I am going to make one section or one component, and for that part, for trending, I will add one new component, and for more reason to join, I will add third like component, 4 component, and maybe 6 and 7 component. Maybe you got the idea how we are going to do that. Okay, first I'm going to just make everything here. Now what I need CSS for that one, and for that we are going to use Tailwind CSS. okay, and once you are going to come in tailwindcss.com, you have like document, you are going to come here, you have the installation procedure. I'm going to copy that one, npm install tailwind, like that, everything, and we are going to add in terminal. For example, I'm going to come in terminal, and once we are in terminal, we are going to press control, okay, let me click control C to stop the server. Okay, now you are going to just right click on the, and you will get the complete code here, and after that enter, and you will install that one. When it will install, I'm going to just see that you have to import that one in the vite.config.ts, but we have cs js javascript we are using. Okay, and now I'm going to come here, and then we are going to, okay, the package is already installed. Now we will come here in vite.config.js, and we are going to import that one, control V. Okay, control V, and then I have to call the function like tailwind css. Okay, tailwind css, I'm going to call that function. Now second, we are going to do import that into our css. Like here we are going to copy, and I'm going to import that into css, and we have like index.css. I'm going to import here. Okay, import from we are going to just do that one. I'm going to see, yeah, we have to copy that, and then we are going to try that one, import tailwind css. Okay, one more thing, what you are going to do, you have to come in the extension, and here you have to install tailwind, like tailwind css IntelliSense, and it will make your task very easy. You have to install that one as well. Okay, the icon, and you can see that it is tailwind labs. Once you have installed that one, then what you are going to do, if it will not work, that I have already recorded one video how to configure the Tailwind CSS. If it is not working for you, just follow that video. Okay, now I will check that if everything is working. If not working, then I will configure. Okay, we are here now, and maybe I'm going to come and make div, and in div I will write just one paragraph, and that is like checking Tailwind CSS. Okay, then for the like adding class, here we are going to write class name, and if we are going to style that text, and see, that is the suggestion. It is coming from Tailwind IntelliSense. It is not, you cannot see the by default that all the suggestion. You have to install the extension. It will make your task very easy, like that, this one. Okay, like extension Tailwind CSS IntelliSense. Otherwise you will not get suggestion, and maybe you may make some mistake. Now see Excel, if you I'm going to add Excel, and then we will come in our like clone here, text XL. If I'm going to write like text 5XL or 10XL, see if it is working. Okay, we are going to run, first we are going to run npm run div, then here we will once again refresh that one. Yeah, it is working. And if I'm going to make that like only XL, see 5XL, and it's working. Like if I'm going to see that background, maybe red, bg red, and it should be like that one, and text should be white, and see the background is red and text white. For example, padding is like 10. See how easily we are going to just styling everything with Tailwind CSS. And if you are going to use like default classical CSS, it will be a little bit difficult for you to do that one. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to make our that top bar. I need like logo, that part, like drop down and sign in portion. Okay, then okay, for that we will come in the like in our coding terminal, and I'm going to delete that one. Maybe we are going to close the terminal, and here, since everything is black, like we have black background, everything is black, then therefore I'm going to just make the background black. But before that one, what we are going to do, we are going to make some sort of like div, and main div, like div, and here I will write netflex, like netflex. Okay, netflex, the logo, and one more div for the like sign in button, sign, either it is sign in or register, I don't know. Yes, sign in, capitalize, yeah, sign in. And I need that to be in its like one more div, because I need that div to be, I'm going to like configure that one. Okay, now see, we have netflix and sign in, and here I'm going to write class name. I'm going to give some style to that one, and I'm going to add flex. Once you are going to add flex, it will be like in one line, and it will be like in line, and I need that should be like sign in should be here on the right, and netflex should be on the left. For that, what we are going to do, we are going to say justify between. Okay, then you will see now the sign in is here, but the netflex is here. And once everything is done, like I'm going to give the main parent class, like maybe we are going to add something maybe the pending to x should be like 10. It will give space to maybe like from this both side, like x is like from the horizontal line. If you are going to give like from the left, then you have to give pl. It will just only give left, not right. If you need right, you are going to give right. like it will give right, not left. But if you are going to give X, then it will give both of the div. It will give that like space from the sides. Okay, you can also do that with y-axis, x-axis or y-axis. Okay, that is not a problem or big issue. Then now what I'm going to do, I will just see that the website, since it is like the space is very less, then therefore I'm going to add like maybe 30. Yeah, that is fine, but we have like space from the top as well. Then we can also add that like padding from the top should be 5. See, and how about the background? Maybe if we are going to add that, background should be black. Okay, and how about text? Text should be white. Okay, see how easily we are going to complete everything. Now since it is like on the bottom of the div, what we are going to do, atom center and justify center. Okay, we are going to just do that, or otherwise no, we have to do that one here, atom center. Okay, here we are going to do that here, atoms center. And also we have justifies center. Yeah, we are going to see that what is wrong here. Okay, we are going to do that one with y, and it may give us a center portion here as well, because I have just did it with the top and it was not working. Now since the logo, we have like big logo, we need that logo should be big and red color. Therefore we are going to add class name for the logo, and for the logo I'm going to write like what should be like that text should be 5XL. maybe we are going to check, yeah, or maybe 3XL or 4XL. Okay, and it should be, the font should be like bold, and the text should be like red, and red should be like 600. And it is all like I'm using all the classes of the Tailwind CSS. Okay, you can also check that the color red 600 in the properties, how it is coming, like if you are using py5, and you can see that it is like 20 pixel, like 1.25 rem, and multiply by 5 if you are going to use that one. Okay, and that's how we are like using everything. If I'm going to add like 4XL, maybe, see. And now if we are going to style like the button, what I'm going to do, it has like the red like button, we have to make that one as well. Easily we can do that one. Here is a button, we are going to give class name and bg red, and maybe 500 or 600, that is not a problem, but we are going to see that, see, it should be like 600. And then padding x should be like 5, and padding y should be like 1. You can see that and check that we have created that one, but you can also see that it has a round corner. Then therefore we are going to say that round it, and you can get a round like button. Okay, that is how you are going to achieve and get the button. Now what else we need, we need that one as well. How we are going to do that one, we will come in the code, and here then we will just write like the option here, we are how we are going to do that one. Okay, for example, first it should be like, what is first, we have, yeah, let me just check if it is working. Here we have sign in. Here if I'm going to try something like drop down and check that, yeah, see, it is coming here. Now for that I'm going to make div, and then we are going to add select, and in select I'm going to give like give two like options, two option, and the value should be like English, and the text should be also English. And then I'm going to add like option, and here we are going to add any other language, for example Arabic, Arabic, okay, and Arabic, as many languages you want you can add that one. And here you can see that we have like this two one, but we have to also adjust that to option. And for that what we are going to do, we will come here and name that class name and flex as well, because we are going to achieve that. Yeah, see, now I have to just give width to that one, and for that I will come like give padding maybe x to 5, padding x to be 5. No, we are going to give that selection to that one, okay, that selection we have to give that a class, okay, for example class, and padding, okay. We are going to remove the flex, and then we are going to add flex here. Yeah, now I'm going to add border as well, maybe border. No, we don't need border here, but we need border here. Yeah, we need border here, and maybe padding. Okay, it should be like 20. Yeah, maybe 20 is right, but we need from only right, not from the x, from the left, maybe from the right. Yeah, see, we are going to get like this one, and maybe a padding of 1. Yeah, now and margin from the right should be like 2. I need to give little bit space, and if we are going to add, see how we are going to getting or achieving, and the border should be like that. That border should be like it has a very light gray border. Then what we are going to do, we are going to like write border, and it should be gray, and maybe 700. No, it should be 600, 500. Yeah, see that. We can also add icon like this one, but for now we don't need that icon. Now see, it has a problem. It has a problem, like it is a white, we cannot see anything. What we are going to do, we are like going to black that one as well, like class name text should be, what should be the text, it should be like black. Let me check if it is working. Yeah, it is working, but for English only, and therefore we need for the Arabic as well, text should be black. Okay, now you can see it is working now. Okay, for the nav bar or for the top we have done everything. Now what do we need, we are going to make this one, this portion, like ultimate series and more. I have to copy that, and then we are going to come here and we have to close that one. Yeah, here I need to make like one new div, and maybe I'm going to just paste that text and see what will happen. Yeah, here we have that option. Okay, now what I'm going to do, we are going to add like div for that one, and I have to center that one, but before I have give pending to top and maybe top and bottom to that the main div. Okay, the main div I have to give the like that one I have to give padding of y like maybe 30. Let me check. Then we have to also center that one, center the text, maybe text center. Yeah, and since we are making different div, we are going to just do that one normally. It is not a problem. Okay, uh, maybe I'm going to increase the size of that one class name, and text should be like how much text we are going to give. There should be like an option. Okay, now I'm going to come here and we are going to give text like 3xl. Oh, font bold. Yeah, but we have to also give that a width as well, otherwise it will not going to just come into line. Therefore we have to give 60, and then see that, yeah, it is now working, but we have to just increase the font a little bit more, like 6xl. Yeah, that is a 6xl, but the width should be like 150. Yeah, it is 150, but we have just missed the center part. It is now not in the center. Okay, how we are going to achieve that? For example, if I'm going to make that flex and flex column and items center. Okay, now it is in the center. Okay, exactly, it is on the center. And maybe if we are going to add anything, no, it is completely fine now. What else we need? We need start that one, copy, and then div, and we have to write that, and see it is in here, but I think there is a problem. It is not in center. I cannot see that in center. Why it is like that? We have to just check out, and maybe we have like width. Yeah, py center width. Okay, we are going to check, but first we have to write that one as well, and it should be like a paragraph, maybe a paragraph. Yeah, that is a paragraph. And one final thing, we are going to write that input and button. Okay, we are going to write one more div, and here we have input and placeholder. Maybe we are going to write enter email address, and then we have a button, and that button is get started. And that is how we have done. And if we are going to check that, yeah, it is completely fine, but we have a problem with that. It is not in center. That part is not in this center, and therefore we are getting a problem here. And if I'm like going to check that everything is fine, yeah, exactly, then we have to give width, remove that one, and give width to this main div. Yeah, that is exactly the problem which I was facing, like see. And if I'm giving it like a width, if we are giving it a width, then it is like going to like not working exactly what we want. Okay, now for example, I have to give it like maybe pending, not a width. If we are going to give a pending, then it will maybe working fine. Pending x maybe 10 and 100, maybe 80. Okay, 80, not 800. 80. Yeah, that's how it is now working completely fine, as I believe. And yeah, it is fine. If we are going to give that again to the main, like this one, yeah, but I cannot see that why it is not like in the center. Just let me check that. Okay, as I can see that it is 150 like worth, and therefore the text which I am using and which that is here, it has like my text is not coming. If the series will be added here, it will not like we cannot see that one. Okay, now if I'm going to add 160 like it will just come here, and it is completely fine. Now what I'm going to do, 150, I'm going to that this one, and maybe if I'm going to make that like text center, if it will work, I don't know, and that will completely working all right. Now because it is like not giving the same space, see that it is going to the left. If and I'm going to make the text center, it will be like completely fine now, because it will just now see that the space which we have here, and it will center the text itself. Now what we are going to do next, we are going to like give some padding to that one and this one, and maybe if we are going to give padding y from the both of that one, it will be completely fine. Now which one is that is started, and we have that one. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I will just give pending to y, and I will just add 10 and 10, and you can see that we have already got a very much nice like space. And if we are going to adjust like to the 5, and you can see check that one, and the final step is like the paragraph with the like we have here with the email address and the input and the text. If we are going to just give that one as well, it will be like exactly we are going to give a padding as well. Okay, now what I'm going to do for that one, I have to give padding like to my this div, and I'm also giving class name, for example padding of y and 5, and it will give like this one. Now what I need here, I need to bold that one a little bit. I give a text that one, bold and text that one. Then we are going to say that text found bold. Okay, found bold, and we are going to say text maybe excel, if it will be for work fine. Now see, it is now okay, but we can also add like the font itself as well. What is the font? For example, I'm going to add 60 pixel. We are going to customize this one as well. If it is working like, if it is working like fine, see, if it is working like fine, then it is okay. Otherwise we are going to just customize, give customize like pixels as well, like here we have done that already. Now what next I will do, I will give that border and the text little bit styling. Okay, I give the input, that is our input. I'm going to give class name and border and padding 1, and border should be like gray, and 600 maybe. What was the first one, I don't know what we have given to the nav bar, it was the 500. Okay, and therefore we are going to give 500 and see that if it is working. Okay, now it is working, but one thing more, the length is very like big, Therefore we have to give that padding to the right should be like 10 and maybe 30 or 20. I don't know if we are going to add. Yeah, it is okay. And also if we are going to add padding too, yeah, that is fine. But and we are going to give also margin to right, and it should be like 5%, and you can already check that one. Now what else we are going to do? We are going to add like class name to the get started, and here we are going to give first bg rate, and it should be like 600 bg rate 600, and margin or padding should be like 3 maybe or 2, and yeah, and padding x should be like 3 more because I need to give it a little bit bigger, or maybe 5 bigger button. Yeah, then is it rounding? I don't know. Yeah, it is rounding. Then we are going to give round it. You are going to get a general idea how we are going to working on that one. Okay, now see, nearly we have completed our the top portion. Nearly we have completed our top portion, but one thing is required, and that is like the image behind the banner. And for that, what we are going to do, we are going to come in Google, and maybe it is copyright version, but for the purpose of learning I'm doing that one. Okay, Netflix background image, maybe you are going to just copy that one, or you can add any other image, whatever you need it. But now I'm going to save image, and here I have like React, Netflix, and front end and sources, and assets I'm going to add in assets. Okay, bg, or I'm going to say banner bg. Okay, we have done that one. Now what we are going to do, we have to do some like information here, and how we are going to that one, it is like we are going to use some simple sort of the information here. Now we will come on the top, and on the top we have like flex, yeah, that one. And here we are going to add style, and in his style we have to first import. Okay, first we have to import the image, then therefore we are going to import bg image from like dot asset, maybe we have to check that one, dot, yeah, from where we are right now, we are in component. We have to come back, and in assets dot asset, yeah, we are in component, we have to come back. Okay, we have to come back, and we have in assets, and then we, yeah, here we have, okay, that is banner bg.jpg. We have just imported that one. Now we can use that bg image in this style. For example, if we are going to like add that one, then we are going to say background image, and you are going to use backtick. Okay, not quotation mark but backtick, because we are going to use dynamic background here. And then we are going to add $, and then we have to just call bg image, and if everything works fine, then we have to see there is a problem that failed to resolve import from now does the file exist. Okay, there is a problem, and yeah, exactly, we have a problem here. We have not, we have to give slash there. And now, yeah, see, we have the background now. What we are going to do next, we have to just wrap the word, and here we are going to give that like bg cover. Yeah, it will cover everything. And then we are going to give like maybe we are going to add opacity and 30. Yeah, but the problem is like we have here we are giving completely these to like giving that everything with a background, and I have to just add one new div because I don't need to just mess up the complete information here. And therefore we are going to add that background. For example, here is the background. I have to cut that, and I am going to add here and see if it is working. And I have to just remove the opacity now because we don't need to. Okay, and then what we are going to do, we are going to give class name here, class name, and then I'm going to also remove the bg cover because we don't have here the bg. And here I'm going to add that one. For example, first I'm going to add absolute, and then we are going to say insect 0 and then bg cover, and then bg center, maybe bg center, and the opacity should be like 30%. And now everything is working fine, but we have to add the bg cover that it will cover everything. And then we are going to give that portion like z maybe 10, because we are going to give the z-axis a little bit information here. And next, what we are going to do, we are going to give that one z like z, or maybe 0. Yeah, we have to give z 0, and we have to set that relative. Yeah, see that now our that portion is coming up. For example, if I'm going to remove that one, you can see the transparency there as well. But once we have that like 0, you can remove the transparency from there. But we have to also give z0 to the rest of our div. For example, if I'm going to remove that one, and then here is our background, and here is like complete information. Okay, and I'm going to like need all of these like from the, I have to add that into new like div. Okay, now here is the div. I'm going to delete that one, and I'm going to make one new div, add everything here, and then in this div I have to give class, and I have to say that it is parent, like it is parent, and z should be like 0, 0. Then we are going to now you can see that it is the transparency. Okay, we have to not give parent, but it is like relative. Not parent. Okay, now see everything come to the front. Now for example, if I'm going to move, you can see that the behind, but when we are going to add that to relative, and it will just relative, it will bring everything, and you can see every option visible. But the background is like it has opacity. For example, I'm going to give that opacity to 10. Like, see, we are only going to give opacity to the background, no, not to the that portion. Now the main concept is like the relative. I have given that absolute. Now I'm going to like play that portion with the parent, like relative is the parent and it is the child, and therefore I have put that one on the top. Like these all classes I have added like new div here. Therefore now what I'm going to do, I'm just adding that behind every that text, and that everything on the top of the on the top of the like on the top of the background. Now I hope you got the idea how we are going to do that one. Next, it is like completed. Next, what we are going to do, we are not going to make that one. It is like little bit, it needs required more information, or more like information, but we don't go for that one now. Next we are going to add that one, but you have to take a little bit break and understand what you have achieved for now, and look everything carefully, and then maybe we can increase that button, but our button is a little bit small. But it is of course it is like clone. We are just making and understanding how we are going to work. Just take break for 5 minutes and we will be back. Okay, we have nearly completed our like the hero section or the banner and the navbar or the Netflix, and maybe there needs some configuration like this one, and we can adjust that one. That is not what we need, and we just need to clone everything. Okay, now what else I need to make now the trending. How we are going to make the trending? We have to add new component. For example, in component I'm going to add one new component, trends, maybe trends JSX, and or FEC, and then we are going to like import it into app. I'm going to delete that one, and for that I have to just hit like div and nav and the and here I'm going to add like trend. Okay, oh okay, here trends, and close that one, and you can already set it, the trends is here, and yeah, the later we are going to see here. Now why I have added that one, I'm going to need that class name, and I don't want to add everything from here like again and again. Therefore I will do that one time. For example, the background should be black, and maybe the like padding X should be like 40 or 30, and the text should be white. Okay, I need that to be one time. Now you can see that it is exactly what we are looking right now. Then next we are going to just do some addition here. For example, if I need div for trending, I don't know what was that, trending now. Okay, trending now, and one more div I need for the images, like, and here we have one for trending now and one for images. And the main div should be like, I need class name, and padding should be, we need some padding for from the top, and we have to do that one. And padding top should be like 10, and we are going to see now it is like that one, and I need that the font should be like, and we need that font be bold, and the text should be 2XL. Okay, and you can see exactly here what we have. Now what I need here, I need some sort of images, and like if you are going to see, we have like image, and the number 1, number 2, number 3 trending movies. Therefore we need that same thing. I'm going to do one thing here, and that is like I'm going to download images. For example, if I'm going to inspect that, and then we are going to see that this is the image, and we are going to save that image. For example, save as, and I have already saved that one by one. You can also save that one, and I have given that like trend 1, trend 2, trend 3, and trend 4 for each image. Okay, now what we need to import that image, and for import we have to just write there import. For example, I have saved that into that asset. Okay, import, for example, trend 1 from, then what we need, that is assets, and in assets we have like trend 1 dot, and we are going to also write the extension webp. And if I need to import that one, I will just use the tag image, and source I'm going to dynamically import that one like trend 1. And if everything will work fine, then you can see the image as well like this one. Now I need some sort of like padding here, and therefore we need like here class name, and for that class I must have like padding of 5, and padding of 5, and you can see that it is like that one. And we also need something like we have round, and therefore we add class here, and we would say that round it and to excel. Maybe that is what we are going to get. Okay, what else I need one more like take for number 1 like number 2, and here I'm going to add some classes like class text should be 9 XL, and font should be bold, and text here we are going to use some sort of custom text as well. But let me just show you what we have achieved right now. That is the size of image, but you can see that it is on the top of the image. We also need that on the top of the image. Therefore we have to add like that. It should be like relative, and we are going to add here absolute, and then you will see some sort of like this image. But we need that should be bottom should be 0, and it should come on the top like here. We see that. Okay, now what else we need? We need left should be like, it should be a little bit on the left of the image, and it should be minus 25 pixel, and it is minus 25 pixel. Okay, like it is going to left a little bit, is you can see that it is outside of that image, and I'm going to achieve the same like property. But one more thing we have like here, we have image with black, and the shadow is like what do we say, that the stroke is white. Okay, now the same thing I'm going to apply here, and for that we need like custom CSS, and for that we are going to use or that one, and we have like text stroke white. I have already added that, and web get hyphen text hyphen stroke 2 pixel and white, and that is like the stroke which we are adding, and the color should be black. And therefore the CSS property is like text stroke white, and similarly I'm going to add here text strokes white. Okay, for example like this one, and I'm going to make it red, that you can see that text stroke is white. Now when you are going to see, you will get the similar like style. Okay, now what else we are going to do? For example, if I need the second image, I'm going to copy that one completely and maybe paste that. Yeah, you can get like this one, or maybe I'm going to change to 2, and the trending I'm going to import the second image. For example, we are going to import the same image again. Okay, copy and paste, and maybe I have second image, and here we have also second image. Then yeah, we are going to add here as a second as well. Then you will see the second image here. Now it is going downward, therefore you have to just take that div. Maybe no, you are going to do one more thing. You have to take all the div and add to one more div, and therefore now you can do like give it a class name, for example, yeah, class name and flex. Okay, now once you are going to give flex, it will be like in inline version, and then what we are going to do, give a little bit gap, like 5 or maybe 10. You are going to give that much gap, and if I'm going to add again and again, it will take a lot of time. Then we have one like React option going to use. For example, I'm going to add all the movie in the const movies is equal to, that is a list, and in list I am going to add object. Okay, for example, the first object has id, and id should be string, and that should be like integer, and we have like image url or maybe only url. Okay, and for url I'm going to use like trend1, the first image that we have used, and we are not going to use the like we are directly use the image itself, and then we are going to copy that one, and we need as much as for example, if I need number 4, number 2 here, and it should be 2, and we need that should be like 4. We are creating some sort of like objects here which we are going to use. If you have already some sort of backend data, that then you can use that one. And again, I have 4 images in my source file which I have downloaded, therefore I'm going to use that one like 3, and it should be 4, and here I'm also going to use 3 and 4. Okay, now once we have done, I'm going to delete everything for second image, because I know that I have completely done everything. And now the first image, I'm going to copy that one and cut that one. Now what I'm going to write here, I will make like movies dot, I'm calling that movie here, that is the movie object. Okay, and map that one, map, and in map we have like movie, the object one by one, and the index, like what if the movie, it is movie 1 or movie 2, what sort of movie you have, then you are going to write that one. Okay, now I'm going to return that, and we are going to make one div, and or maybe we are not going to write any div because we have already everything which I copied that one, and here you can see that, and now it is showing one by one each images. But what I'm going to do, I need to change then. For example, the source should be like the url which I have already here in object, therefore I'm going to use that movie, like that movie url, now movie dot url. Okay, then it will take all the image itself. Now you can see that it is automatically changed. Now what I need next, one it should be also dynamic, and therefore we are going to add like movie dot id, and you can see that we have different id, 1 2 3 4. You can use that id, and here one more thing I need to just add. For example, if you have like the key, like each image has its own key, and we are going to add that index in the key, and now you can see 3 4 1 2 3 4 is added. Now if I'm going to add, for example, all of these once again, copy, maybe copy that, and I'm going to add that, you can see now we have added, but the image is going to are getting smaller, and the reason is we have not defined the image minimum width. Therefore we have to define minimum width, like how much pixel you need, and I want that should be 200 pixel. Now you can see it is going away from the screen. Then what we need here, we are going to come in the main container. Like if I'm going to give border for understanding that what is going on here, and the border is like here, the image should ends from here, and you must not see that images outside of that border. Then therefore you are going to add our flow and hidden, but the problem is like you cannot see any other images. Therefore we are going to do one more thing. Our flow should be like scroll. We are going to add scroll. Once you edit the scroll, you can now scroll that images. Now see, you are going to scroll that images, and we have achieved our aim. Now I'm going to just remove the border and border color, and you are going to see that it is removed, but we also need to remove that like scroll option. And for that I have to add one more information which you are going to add, and I am going to add that in custom CSS as well. And let's do it. For example, if we need hide scroll bar and hide scroll bar, and we also need webkit for that, and webkit should be like scroll bar. And for scroll bar, what we are going to do, we need to just display that to none. Okay, now if we are going to do that, and I need to add that hide scroll bar my custom CSS to there. For example, hide scroll bar. Okay, and once we have added, you can see that there is no scroll bar here anyway. Okay, then it is what we achieved from there. Now that is like exactly we have done that one, or maybe I can little bit, I can just decrease the minimum, maybe minimum width of the images like this one, and you can also check. Or if you have like 1 2 3 4 5 6, maybe 1 2 3 4 5 6, and that is what we are going to do. Now it is like 1 2 3, we are going to change that one in the year 4, and we have to change that to 5, and here 6 7 and 8. Okay, now you can see that it is now changed 1 2 3 4 5 6 to 7 8. Okay, one more thing I'm going to do, I have the top 10. If I'm going to do that like y-axis, then you can see that now in bottom I have already same thing as well. Okay, that is how we are going to just make trending. Now the next portion is about more reason to join. We are going to make that one. If you need some pause, just pause and see what we have done already, and just understand anything which you have missed. Okay, it is a time to just make reason to join, or maybe I'm going to add for example, let me add a component here, reason, for example, reasons.jsx. Okay, and similarly rfec and reasons. Then we are going to add that. I'm going to remove that one, and here we are going to add reasons. Okay, reasons, and close that one. We can see that it is already added here, and for confirmation we are going to check, yeah, the reason is added, and you can see, yeah, it is added. And one more thing I can add, if I'm going to add like custom CSS for the h2, but no problem, we can add that one. Okay, what I'm going to do, more reason to join. Okay, Here I will come into reason, and then we are going to delete that portion, and we have again one same information is there, but we need a little bit of information which we are going to add. Okay, now for example, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the reason as well, and in reason we are going to do some sort of information which we are going to do, and that is like, if I'm going to add div, and I'm going to write reason to join, and one more div, and in that div I'm going to add like uh, the main box div, and like, let me just show you, I'm going to add this one. Okay, here then I have like join on your TV, for example, div join your TV, and then we have one more div which I'm going to give like paragraph, and we have one icon. Okay, copy, and then we have let me just view and wrap the word, and we have the icon. For the icon I'm going to show you now what we are going to do. Okay, first let me just do some simple like information here, and we are going to add like font should be bold, uh, font should be bold, and text should be 2XL, and let me just check. Yeah, it is working. And let me do one more thing here. In main div I'm going to just make H screen that I can see what is going on here. Yeah, that is how we are going to see, and I have to give that width and height as well. And for width and height we are going to add like, width should be, okay, not here, but the main container, like reason here. Yeah, we are going to add that, and width should be like 320. Okay, 320, and let me just see. Okay, 320 pixel. I'm going to add custom 320 pixel, and you can see already that it came to next line like this one, and we need some margin, or yeah, we need some margin maybe. We need padding, yeah, and padding should be 10. If we are going everything perfect, then it should works like this. Okay, and now let me check. Okay, for more I'm going to add like background here as well, maybe here background blue, and maybe 500. Yeah, now I can see that what is going on, because there could be a problem, and here I have to add like as well bold, found bold should be, and text should be 2XL or XL. Okay, and maybe, yeah, and then little bit I need to give uh, margin bottom like 5. Yeah, exactly. And then we need like a little bit of information in classes, because you can also see that it has like a little bit of the gradient here, and we need to add that gradient in our CSS property as well. For that, what I'm going to do, let me just see that background should be removed from here, because we are going to just see if we are going to add the gradient, and bg we are going to say that gradient, and gradient, and we are going to add like to bottom, and then we are going to say from like blue, and the blue should be 950, and then we are going to say to gray 900. Now we are going to add like from blue to gray. It should like see something like this one, but some sort of like I need gap between that enjoy on your TV and that paragraph. I need some sort of like gap, and it should be like that text should be like a little bit gray, not pure white. Okay, now what sort of information we have here? I need a gap like maybe, yeah, I need from that gap class, and py maybe I need 5, and I need like the color should be gray, text should be gray, and it should be like somewhere around 400. I will check that. Yeah, it seems like somewhere around 400. Okay, now yeah, what next we need something like we need icon. Okay, for the icon, what I'm going to suggest you, we have, or first I have to just give height to these little cute box as well, and for that I need to come, yeah, that is our, we have given that width, and if I'm going to give that height as well, like height should be like I need height should be like bigger enough, and I need the width should be like to maybe 260. Okay, 260 pixel, and we are going to see something like this one, or no, we need that should be like 300 maybe. Yeah, something like this one. Or and if it is rounded, see, if it is rounded, then you are going to also add round it, and here we are going to add round it, and round it should be like 2xl or 3xl. Okay, it is 2xl, it is completely fine. Now I need one more thing for that. For example, I need react icon, and for react, okay, react icons, and you have here in GitHub page, and you will come down, and here how you are going to install that one. Okay, first you have to copy that and come into this terminal, view terminal, and stop the terminal and pass that and enter, and then you are going to see that it will install everything. First, when it installs, then you have to run the server once again, rpm run div, and then you are going to import like what sort of information you have. For example, if I need like TV or monitor, I'm going to search here. I cannot get exact icon, but I know that I can get similar icons like here we have. Okay, for example, if I'm going to add like this icon, okay, then what I'm going to do, first we are going to import that, copy that, and come into your browser, and I'm going to close the terminal, and then we are going to paste here, and then we are going to use the icon. For example, if I need the icon, I'm going to add that icon here somewhere here. Okay, then we will see that if the icon is there, yeah, we have the icon, but you can use that icon, like I can give the class for that one, and for giving the class I maybe give it, okay, we are going to add that in its own div. Let me just cut that one once again and give div, and in div I'm going to pass that, and I'm going to give class like what sort of information we have here. Okay, like I have text 7xl. You can see already it is big enough here, and I'm also say that right should be like 0, and it will not go to the right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add absolute, and absolute, and with which container I have to give that absolute, I need to do that with that one. Okay, then I have to give that as a relative. Then you now see that it is in the like left corner, and once it is left, then you are going to give sort of like a margin from the right. Okay, margin from the right, and it should be like 5 pixel or 5 or 10, whatsoever you are going to suggest. Okay, like this one. And maybe I can just give a little bit opacity if it is required, because we don't have exact icon. Just I'm going to show you what you are going to do. Opacity, and it should be like 60%. Yeah, that is how we are going to add that one. Now since we have just add the style in here, again we can come here and we will say reasons. I'm going to add const and reasons, and then we are going to make that object as well, because we will like make our task easy. Now what we have here, just see, we have title, we have like details, and we have icon. Then I can write like title, and the title should be like whatsoever. I'm going to add that. And we have like paragraph, para, maybe what paragraph we have, we are going to add that. And we also add icon, maybe, and we are going to add the icon. For example, here we have the icon, and I have added that icon. I'm going to add that icon into that object directly. Okay, then I don't need to, for example, need the name of the icon. Now what is the title? I have the title, which is watch on your TV, and we are going to add that one. And I have the details here. Okay, if I'm going to add that as details, okay, detail, then we have added the detail now, and everything else is completely fine. Now for example, I'm going to copy that one, and we are going to add one more time. And now I have to delete everything from here. I have to delete everything and map that one like the reasons dot map, and then we are going to say reason and index. Okay, and we then add like return, and we are going to paste everything here. Let me check. Yeah, you can already see that one. And then we make some changes here. For example, I'm going to delete that, and we are going to say reason dot title, and then we are hard coded, we are going to delete that one, and we are going to say reason dot detail, and we are going to delete that one and would say reason dot icon. Now if everything will work fine, you can see exactly something like here. And what else I need to change that to flex, that we don't need, for example, everything here, and that background should not be here, or either we are going to add that background somewhere around here. Let me just check. Yeah, we need that around here, and we also need everything from here to there. Cut that one, and we are going to say class name and paste. Yeah, now you can see that we have exactly. And flex, we are also going to give that gap of 5 or maybe 10. Yeah, but we are saying that the icon is not the way it should be like here, and therefore we have to adjust the icon as well. Now the icon should be adjusted with that portion. We are going to delete that one, and we are going to add here relatively, and you can see now it is working completely fine. Maybe some sort of gap we are going to give, or maybe it is okay. Yeah, we have to make that gap. Yeah, should be 5. Yeah, exactly, that is now 5, and we have the icon, everything. Now for icon, now for example, I need the second one, download to watch offline, and we are going to change that to second one, download to watch, and we are going to add like four times and 4 times, and we are going to change each title, like for example this watch anywhere, download, okay, watch anywhere, and watch anywhere, and create profile for children, for example this one. We are going to just change that, and once you have changed, you can see that it is now completely fine. But I think we have, like, our font is like bigger than the original one, therefore we have to change the font. Here is the font. Yeah, it is 2XL. We have to just make XL. Yeah, it is, but we also need the padding should be a little bit lesser than. Where is the padding? Yeah, we have to find that one. Yeah, it is padding 9, 10. We are going to make it like 5 and see what will happen. Yeah. Yeah, it is okay, but we need the icon should be bottom as well. Bottom 0, and we need like margin from the bottom should be like 10 as well. Maybe 5. Yeah, that is how we are going to do that one. Okay, now what else we need? For example, the text should be here. We can change the text, but that is not a problem. Okay, but here text is a little bit smaller than, but our text is bigger. What we are going to do, we are going to say the details here. We have to change text, and it should be like 24 pixel. Maybe if we are going to check that, no, 16 pixel. Yes, somewhere around 60 pixel. Okay, if we are going to like make the text 2XL, the title, and how it will be look, maybe it is 2XL is more than that one, then we have to make it customized. Okay, 20 pixel, or maybe 25 pixel, 22 pixel. Yeah, 22 pixel, around 22 pixel is okay, I think. Yeah, now we are going to change, like, for download, the icon we have to change for download, and maybe I can use the first one, and the first one has this icon. Copy that and paste that here, and then we are going to add the icon into second one, like that is the download option. Yeah, we have to add here, and the second is like watch everywhere, maybe some sort of the watch everywhere. What is the icon of that one? Yeah, it is like telescope. We have to use the telescope if there is something. Watch everywhere, if we are going to use that icon, maybe because it is also the similar sort of like, it gives similar meaning, I think so. And we are going to add that here, and the icon should be like G watchtower, should come around 1 2 in here. And finally we have like create profile for children, and we have like smileys, maybe smile. For the children we are going to add some sort of like, what I'm going to add I don't know, but that is, I believe that is good, because it is a sort of like children, and we are going to add that into our like program. Okay. And now let's see, the final icon goes here. And why it is not, yeah, we have to change that one, the final one. And now you are, oh no, again we have to change the final one, this one. Yeah, watch anywhere, create your profile, and that is how you are going to create your reason to join. Maybe, yeah, I'm going to give it from the top little bit more, like I'm going to give it margin top should be like 5 or maybe 10. Okay, I'm going to see here, yeah, 5 is okay. Now since we have done, that is our scroll bar, that is our complete main option, and here we have like our reason to join. I hope you got idea. Now you may take a little bit rest and see everything, like we have added the icons, how you are going to work with icons. You can also change the colors of the icon if you are going to change that one, also change the color of the icons and see how it will look. Then we are going to come here in frequent asked question. We will use like some sort of the state in the React, and we are going to make some similar effect like this one, and maybe you are going to see that one. And we are nearly to our final step of this project, and take a little bit rest, and then we will be back. Okay, we are now going to add frequent asked question, and therefore I'm going to like make one new component for that one, and let's see that how we are going to do that as well. I'm going to remove, I'm going to close the reason, and here we are going to come and add like questions.jsx, and then here again similar setting, we are going to do that one, and then we are going to add the same question here and questions, and then we are going to see if it works. Then it should be like visible here. Okay, now see the question, you can see small text here, and therefore we are going to work on that portion right now, and we are going to close our app. Here I'm going to come, and then we will see that what information we require. Like, let me just check. Yeah, the title, and then we have the boxes. Now for title I'm going to add like same frequently asked question, for example, frequently asked questions, and we know that we have given the title like text should be 2xl, and everything else should be like perfectly fine. Now see then we have to add bold as well. Font should be bold. and it is now font is bold. Now what else I need? I need the padding should be okay. I need here class name and padding xy should be like 10. Maybe I can get a little bit gap from here, and for the purpose of seeing what is going on, I will just make height to screen that I may see everything is here. Now next I'm going to need two things. One, here I'm going to add like this div. What I need complete div, and I need that what is Netflix, and then the main text of the answer. Maybe that is the answer. Okay, first is the question, for example, and the second is like the answer, and we are going to wrap that, and we are going to see what is going on here. And for example, that is the one, and the question is what is Netflix, what is Netflix, and then we are going to see if it is working. Yeah, it is working, but we need to give that color as well. Like, see, we have to give that a gray color, and then I need to give that class name. Okay, and then maybe I need the text should be Excel, BG should be gray, and then the gray should be like around 500 maybe. We can add like more darker than 500. Yeah, it is like this one, and I need padding. Padding should be like 10 if everything works fine, and it should be like 5. Yeah, it is 5. 5 is okay. Now for second portion we need similar like information for the background, and for the padding I don't know if it will be like 5. No, yeah, it is okay, but I need margin top 1. See, we need margin top 1 or maybe 2, maybe 2. Yeah, 2. But you can see we have one icon here as well, like plus and cross, and it is like opening and closing that one. But I need to increase the font size here, and for font size it should be like 2XL, 2XL, and let me just check if it is working. Text, okay, it should be like text, okay, not test. Yeah, and that should be like Excel. Text should be Excel, or maybe 2XL, or XL is fine. Okay, now what else I need to add like this title. I need to make one new div, and it should be like the title and the icon. The icon for now I'm going to give that one, and you can see that the icon is here, but I need that should be like that should be that complete, that information will go like that, all information will go here, class name, because I need that to be here. Okay, okay, we are going to give that div, and then class name, and then that is the one. Yeah, and then we have to flex that because I need that to be in same line, and we are going to justify that between. Okay, and you can see that the icon is going here. Now the padding X should be like 10 or maybe 20 or whatsoever you need. Okay, but I need that icon should be like font size should be like 2XL. Font, oh okay, text should be okay. text should be 2XL and maybe 3XL. Yeah, and bold font should be bold. Yeah, exactly. If we are going to increase that, you can increase that maybe to. And also, if we are going to center that one, for example, justify between an atom centers, atom center, you can center that one. Okay, now it is in center. And I also need that to be top padding. Top margin should be like 5. I need little bit space between frequent asked question and that one. Okay, and maybe 3. Yeah, 3 is fine, but yeah, 3 is fine. And what else we need? We just completed that one, and we don't need anything else. Maybe, yeah, that is okay. Now we need to add some sort of information, like I need question and answer. Okay, I'm going to quickly copy that one and paste here for you, and you will see that what is going on. For example, I will come here, and here we are going to add the objects. Like I have already copied paste and question and answer, and therefore once we are going to map that one, you will already see that what is going on. Now first I need to just let me just see what is going on. Yeah, I need to cut everything from here, yeah, till to here. I'm going to cut that one. Now we are going to map that. Okay, now map, what is our like question answers. Okay, question answers dot map, and we will say atoms, we will say that atoms or whatsoever index, and arrow function, return that, and then we are going to add everything here, and you will see we have question answer, question answer, what is Netflix, what is Netflix, what is Netflix. Every option is like what is Netflix, but we are going to quickly just fix that one. Like here we are going to add dynamically that one, like atom. Okay, we need atom. Okay, or question atom dot question, then we need here the answer. For example, atom dot answer, we are going to delete that, and atom dot answer. Okay, let me just fix that one, and now you can see that what is Netflix and why Netflix is important, and that is lorem ipsum, and where to find Netflix subscription. Everything is here, but the main problem, it is not like interacting. What we are going to do, we are going to use the system here, like we are using some sort of like state here, and for that one I'm going to just let me minimize that one, minimize complete question, and in here we are going to use like state. Okay, and for the state I'm going to use like constant, and like active index, and set active index, and then we are going to use state, and the use state, when you are going to add use state, then you will find here that it already imports that here, because it is the state of the, like it is the hook from the React, and it is already defined. You don't need, I just placed it null because we don't have anything right now. And then we are going to apply one sort of the function on the title, like we have the question, and that is the complete the bar. Here we are going to add like on click. When we are going to click, that what will happen? I will add like handle toggle. Okay, and we have added that function, and we are going to define the function right now, and we are going to say const handle toggle, and we make arrow function here, and then we are going to also add index here, because we need that index should be somewhere around. And then now we are going to write our function. Now what we need, there set active, that is the set active. We are going to active the index, and we have that the previous index should be like arrow function we are giving, and then we have previous index, and if it is equal to index, then what it should be do? Null, otherwise it should be index. It is some sort of like a logic which we are going to use. For example, if we are going to press on some, because there, let me just show you some here, because there we are going to index, and we are going to click on the one object. For example, it has index 0, and it has index 1, and it has index 2. When you are going to click on index 0, then only the 0 will show you up, otherwise no other index will be visible here. Now one more thing we are going to do, that we need to hide everything from here, like this. We are going to hide everything from here. Now for that one, what we need, we are going to just add like atom dot visibility. We don't need that should be visible around. Therefore we are going to apply that logic here as well. For example, now since we have added that function, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to see that what is going, what is happening over here. Okay, first I need to just hide that one, like the answer, and for that we are going to add logic here. For example, what sort of logic we are going to add, and we are going to add that the in the like that CSS. Let me just add backtick here, and we are going to delete that one or cut that one, and I'm going to use backtick because we are going to use that one. And for backtick class name, okay, I'm using backtick into that. Now the class name will be visible here. Now one more thing I need from here, and that is like the height. Okay, for example, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say that if active index is equal to index, then we have to like see the max height of like 5, maybe 500 pixel. Okay, 500 pixel. Otherwise we have like, yeah, otherwise we have to show the width should be, the max width height should be like 0. Okay, now you can see that the max, now it is like the max height is like going to 0, but we have also a problem here, the text is visible. What we are going to do, we are going to say that our flow should be hidden, then it will be like disable. Now once again we are going to see that if the max width is already working here or not working, and let me just refresh once again. Yeah, we have a problem here once again. Let me just check padding. We don't need padding. Yeah, we don't need padding here, because if we are going to add padding, then it will be like showing that one as well. Like if, yeah, maybe we are going to remove that. Okay, now we are going to add one more logic, for example on toggle. If let me just check here the main, yeah, asked question. I will add cursor should be pointer. Yeah, it is now cursor pointer, but it's not working as a toggle because I have to define an arrow function here and also add the index because we need index here. And then now it is showing. Okay, now it is showing, but I need a little bit of, like, it is padding is like 5. For the answer I need a little bit padding. Okay, we are also going to add duration here. Maybe duration is 500. And if I'm going to add C, we have a sort of like animation here. And one more thing that we are going to give, like padding and margin, etc. If I'm going to give like padding X to 5, maybe, yeah, it is 5. And if I'm going to give like margin of top, maybe 2, yeah, now it is looking a little bit good, but I'm going to give it 1. Now see, yeah, exactly, we have here now. If I'm going to add like padding of Y and 2, maybe, yeah, we can see then there will be a problem. Okay, now we don't need that one. See, yeah, there is one, there is, yeah, that is how exactly we have or we are doing here in some sort of the information. Now what we are going to do, we are just going to just change that icon as well, because we need to change that icon to cross or not to cross. Okay, then if we will like come here, and then we are just going to add like in the, yeah, here is our information, and I'm going to make it dynamic, that it should change on the clicking. If it is active index, then what should be like, if it is active index, and therefore it should be like, let me 8x, otherwise it should be plus. Okay, now let me check. Now it is plus, and you can see it is cross, plus cross. Okay, or we can just say that it is x, maybe bold. If we are going to remove the bold, we can see some sort of like, yeah, but if we are going to use an icon, we can also use icon, because it is looking like x. If I'm going to add like complete x, no, it is looking like x. Okay, what I'm going to use, I'm going to come here, and we are going to say that multiply or cross. Yeah, we have cross. Yeah, we have cross here. See, if I'm going to add that cross, for example, copy, and I'm going to add that, import that one here, and then we are going to add the cross icon, maybe here. Then now we will see if everything is working fine. Yeah, see, okay, I don't see the, like, the plus sign. Okay, let me just check now. If we are going to give it a little bit of duration as well, maybe duration, and duration should be 500. No, it is not working as we are looking like this one. Therefore, we have to remove that and add instead. If I'm going to remove that and add like X, how we are going to see. And how about this one? Yeah, it is some sort of like adding and subtracting. Okay, I hope you got the idea that how you are going to add that one. For example, if you need more of that, you can just add that to, let me just show you, add to that too. For example, here is your questions. You can add as many questions as you want. For example, right now I need that one, and this is two more questions. And then we are going to come here, and you can see that okay, we have already added the, like, first is the cross and then the plus. We have to change that one. Okay, we have to change that. First is cross and the second is plus. Now it will look good. Okay, now see, cross and plus, cross and plus. Now that's how you are going to like make different sort of the navigation here with the help of the React as well. Okay, now I have done that one. Once again, let me check. Yeah, then right now what we have, finally we have some sort of this one, and it will be easy. We are going to quickly just add our footer, and in footer we have like this information. If you are going to take a break, just take a break, and then we will be back in the new session, and we will make all of these in the next video. Okay, we are in our final stage, and we are going to make the subscription and the footer. And this is quite simple, which we already have done that in here, like in the top of that one, like we have done here. But we also need to make in the footer as well. We can also take the same option here, but as a practice we are going to make it from the start. Okay, now for that I need to make like subscription. In the component I'm going to add subscription. Okay, new file, and I will say that subscription.jsx and rfec, and then we have to add that into app.jsx, and here we are going to add subscription, and then we will see that subscription is added. And now once it is added, then we must see subscription is here. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to remove the question, and in subscription we are going to add our like our different element. Now first we need like, okay, first we need that text, and then input and button. Okay, first we need text and input and button. Then okay, I have to give that like one div. Here is the text, and we need one another div, and here we need input, and we are going to say in place email address, and then we need one button, and we are going to say get started, get start it. Okay, now once we have created that one, you can see that one, but before that I need to see class name heart should be screen, and here we are going to check everything, and I need that should be like the text should be here in the text, that text should be okay. We need text should be center, and here we are going to add class name, and height should be like class name, and height should be like this one. Okay, now once you have done everything, here you have your file. But maybe we are, if I'm going to like flex that one, if I'm going to flex and flex row, it will be more easy for me. Flex and flex row, then flex row, and there is the flex. Okay, flex if call, yeah, it is fine. Now we are going to say atom center, yeah, and gap should be maybe 5 or 4, maybe, yeah. And then what else we need? I don't think so we need anything else, but I need padding from the y should be like 10 or 20. Yeah, it is 10 is fine. Yeah, 10 is fine. Then we need that the placeholder should be class name, border, and border should be gray, and that should be like 500 maybe, yeah. And we need like margin padding like 1 or 2, yeah, it should be padding 2. And I need like padding from right should be like 20, or maybe increase that 40. And I need margin right should be like 5, yeah. And now I need text should be bg red, text bg should be red, text red, and that should be like 600. And text itself should be white. Okay, okay. Text should be white. Okay, we are going to get, we have given we need bg should be like red. Okay, bg should be red, and text should be white. Text should be white, and padding should be like, padding maybe from y should be 1, and from x should be like 5. X should be like 5, and it should be like 2 xy, and it should be like rounded, maybe rounded, yeah, it needs to be rounded. But the text should be like, the text should be like 2xl, maybe text should be like 2xl, yeah, it should be 2xl. And we need that should be like y should be 3. And since we have to center that part, I don't know why it is not center, but let me just change that to class flex and atoms maybe centers. Yeah, now it is center. Okay, and that's how we have done. But maybe I need to decrease that portion. I have to decrease that portion. Therefore margin should be like 2, yeah. We are going to increase that option. Let me just increase that. Maybe right should be 70, yeah. Now finally we are going to add like our footer, and for the footer we are going to add one new component here, footer.jsx, and EF RFEC and footer, and we are going to add that footer here. Footer, and then we are going to see that if footer is available. If not, then we are going to see that what is happening. Footer is okay here. In app, we have to import footer, and for that we are going to add the footer component. Now footer is already here, okay, but in the subscription I have to remove the hide screen. Yeah, it is removed. Now I have to remove that one, and in the footer I'm going to just make the component here as well. Let me remove that one, and we are going to like write question contact us, or maybe I'm going to add that into new div. Okay, div and question contact us, but I need to adjust the size and something here. Maybe class complete is class name, and text should be around, like maybe it is, I don't know, 16 pixel, around 16 pixel. Yeah, then it is also underlined in the text. The text should be like gray, and 500 on 600. Yeah, 600, and it should be like underline. Yeah, it is underlined. Now you can see that these all are underlined. Okay, I have done that. All should be underlined. Now once it is added, then what I am going to do, I am going to add like the footer here. Simply we are going to just import different sort of information here in the footer, but for that what we are going to do, let me just check. Simply we are going to add like that options, all these options. It is like 4 rows, and we can add 4 rows. Okay, and for that I need like a div, and let me just paste that all. Maybe I'm going to cut that and make one div and paste here, and then maybe I'm going to delete everything from here, and then I'm going to add 4 times, or we can also use the mapping version. It doesn't matter. Okay, now let me just see if everything is working fine. Yeah, here it is, but we need, that should be like class name. I'm going to add class name, and it is like flex. Yeah, it should be flex, and the width should be, it is flex, but the width should be here. Class name width should be like around 100 pixel. Yeah, it is like 100 or 200 pixel maybe. 200 pixel, and we are going to add this class for every individual like div. Okay, and here we are going to add that one, and once everything is added, you are going to say that justify between. Yeah, it is like that. I'm just going to show you something similar to that one, but here you can see that it is not the similar option here, question and answer. If I'm going to like add here contact us, for example class name, and margin bottom maybe 5. We can see that the difference. Now see, it is a little bit away from the first one. Now if it is 5, like I'm going to change that to 10. Yeah, it is now okay. And how about if I'm going to see that height into screen, maybe I can get a little bit idea what is going on. And then now I'm going to add like li, maybe li 5 time or 4 time, 5 time. Okay, then we are going to say fake, for example fake help, and here we are going to write like center, and then we have account, then we have like media. Now you can see that exactly what is going on, but we don't need style. We will see the list none, then that list will be disappears from here. Now what else we need? We are going to delete everything from here, for example that one, and I'm going to copy that and paste more than once. Okay, now it is done. Now nearly it is completed. You can add like these text, doesn't matter, but I have just only showed you how you are going to do that one. But maybe if, yeah, it is okay. I thought that it should be in center, but no, it is okay. It is like from there, and it has ended from that one. Okay, now next we are going to add this, and for that one we are going to again use the selection and all sort of that one, like selection and the same thing, and we are going to use that information. But these two are like simple. Okay, for example if I'm going to add these two first, then we are going to come in the final step. Maybe I'm going to add div. Yeah, then save. It flags these pages. Okay, I'm going to add that one, div. Yeah, but we don't need, for example these two should not like have underline, therefore should not have underline. Yeah, these two part should not have underline. Let me check. See, it has no underline, therefore we are going to make one new div and paste that, and I'm going to write that class name and underline, maybe underline. Okay, and we are going to save that one. Yeah, maybe we are going to give margin to top 5 or 10. Yeah, that is 10. Okay, and one more thing, we have to remove that underline, and for that one, if I'm going to just come here and delete that portion, and also give that div like div and closing div maybe, and add one div on the top, then it will be okay completely. Div. Okay, now you will see something like this one, and I'm going to add like the final option here, the without underline. I'm going to add everything here, like I need to add everything here. See, we have done that portion. Now finally it is here, because I have given that like a sort of screen. We are going to remove that and we are going to add that here, and now everything is working now fine, like this one. And that font is very small, therefore we have to just add font here. Text maybe 14 pixel or 12 pixel. Yeah, nearly 12 pixel maybe. Yeah, 12 pixel. Yeah, it is 12 pixel, but you can see that learn more has different color. And what we are going to do, we are going to come here and span that span, and then we add that one and give a property. For example, text should be blue and it should be underlined. Okay, like this one. Now see, learn more should be blue and underlined. And there I think the text should be a little bit more wide than that one. For example, if, yeah, something like this, and we need that as well. Okay, for this we have to add here one more div, and we are going to write like select, and in select we are just going to give two options. And for example, we have options and it should be two options, and the first should be like English, and the second should be like Arabic, as I have added that one. Okay, first, and Arabic. Now let me just check. Okay, we have, but we are going to give some style to that one. To select class, and text should be like white, and there should be border, and border should be like gray 500, and there should be like py1, and then pr should be like 20, and my should be like 5, and next we have round it. Okay, let me just change to wrap and see if it is working. Yeah, it is working, but we have problem here. We can also give margin like from the right, and it will just come up margin, or maybe padding from xy. Okay, it is right, but how about y is 1, or how about x maybe like 3, or maybe like 1 or 2. Okay, that is fine. Now we are going to also give that two options some sort of like class, like text should be, maybe text should be black, and here we are already going to add class name, and text should be black. Okay, now once you have done, then that is how you are going to achieve. But we have to remove the, yeah, but I need little bit padding from the bottom, should be like 5. Yeah, exactly, it has more, but I need it 5 is okay, or maybe I don't know, but 20. Okay, now it is 20. Now finally we have done everything, but one thing is remaining, and that is like we have not worked on the responsive, but everything else is working, and our Netflix is now ready, complete website, and every functionality is working completely fine. You can see that, but maybe here you can write your email like professionaltutorial.com. But one thing we have done, and that is the responsiveness of that website. And maybe you can check that. If I'm going to check that one, it could be responsive for some sort of information, but let me just check the responsiveness of that website. But you can see that it is not responsive right now, and you are going to check that it is not responsive. Then how you are going to make that responsive, I don't know. If you are going to subscribe and write comment in comment box that make that responsive, I'm going to write that I'm going to make that website responsive, and I'm also going to add the code in the GitHub, that where you are going to download that and see all the information from here. And don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos, because if you are going to like, subscribe and give comment, and if I'm going to get like 2000, maybe 2000 comment, and maybe 100 no 2000 maybe like, and 100 comment, then I'm going to make that responsive. Otherwise we are going to work on another project. And if you have any problem, just write that in comment box below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you everyone. Goodbye.